Hey guys, Russell Morgan, also known as the Texas Road Warrior, and today what I want to talk about is something that I hear from a lot of the people I talk to about possibly selling their house. There's two different things that I normally hear. One is, where in the world would I go? This market, there's nothing out there for me. Number two is, if I do sell my house, what I make on that house, I'm going to turn around and immediately spend it on another house. So we're going to go through that and we're going to talk a little bit about it, and hopefully we can understand and work through some of this where it makes it a little less intimidating to actually make that happen. Okay guys, so back to the point that we started with is, where in the world would I go if I sell my house? So there are, well, first of all, that's kind of valid. If you don't know that there are some ways around that. Number one that we'll talk about is that you can actually lease back your house after selling it and put that in part of the stipulations of selling your house. So to put that in a different way is, you turn around right after you sell your house and stay right where you are until you buy another house. Of course, you set the limits to start with. So let's say you want 6 months in order to get another house. You put that in there as a 6-month lease back, a year, 2 years, whatever it is. I've been hearing longer and longer ones in this market where people have put that in there so they can actually have more time to look and find the piece of property or house that they want. Now, number two that we can talk about is, there are programs out there that will allow you to go out, look at, and buy a new house on the stipulation or on the premise that you're going to go back after that and sell your other house, and your money is going to be obviously all through that program that allows you to do that, and you'll be able to sell that house afterwards, so there's no worry about, oh, where I'm gonna go. You know, you have that option out there. So you find the house that you want, you grab it, and then you turn around and say, okay, I'm gonna move my stuff over here, we're gonna put that on the market, get that money from there, it's gonna pay off whatever I owe on that, and then you're gonna continue on in your brand new house.
So guys, this is called a bridge loan, and a lot of mortgage companies have this as one of their products to help you through this process that we're talking about. Now, there are also more and more companies that are specializing in this kind of thing, and one of them, such company is Knock. One of their products is Home Swap, which essentially does exactly what we're talking about.
We can discuss, if you want to give me a call and contact me, we can go over that as some of the options. Now we're going to move on to point number two. So that is, I'm going to take all my money that I got from my first house and I'm going to turn around and spend it on another house. So it doesn't make any sense for me to move. A couple of things that a lot of people aren't looking at when they're thinking about this is the amount of equity that you already have in your house from all the payments that you've made, all right? Two, the amount of equity that you have on your house from the natural progression of the market going up. So your house was worth a certain amount a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it is, but it's worth more now just because the market has steadily gone up and up. So you have more equity in your home. So let's explore that a little bit. Let's talk about the equity just from the amount that you've already paid off on your house. So let's say that you have had your house and you've been in it for 5 years. So let's say all that time you've been making payments and payments and payments on your house. Now normally whenever you're making payments, a little bit of money goes towards the interest in the short term, and as the mortgage gets closer and closer to termination, more and more of that is going to go into that primary, that principal amount of money that you owe on it, and not so much to the interest that you made on that. There's several different key things that you can do to help that out, and I discussed that more in another video that was talking specifically about equity that you can look up on my YouTube channel. look below, that information will be there. So with that amount of money that you put into those payments, your equity has slowly gone up and up and up. So that, along with our second piece to this puzzle, is that when the market value goes up, let's say in the last year, your area, your house has gone up 18 to 20% in your market or the value of that home. Now you got extra added on automatic 18 to 20% more equity in that particular piece of property or home. So you take the very first, the amount that you've already paid on and that equity, then you add on the amount of equity you've gained in the market value raise in your house, and then you have a lot more buying power. So let's say that you can go out and right now the bank can give you, let's say $300,000 just for, that's your buying power, because your job, all of the stuff that the mortgage guy's looking at to give you the amount that they think that you can afford without going into the red. And so what you're gonna do is now you're gonna take the equity that you would have had and how much money gained from the sale of your house. So let's say you're gonna gain an extra $200,000 in cash from the sale of your house. What that does is now it gives you $500,000 in buying power. So you can take that, you can use it in several ways, whether you're gonna take it, roll it over on a bigger, better piece of property, or you're gonna downsize or keep the same size and put that money in the bank, or use it for whatever else that you're gonna use it for wisely. Again, we talk about that in my video on equity. So once again, you're gonna have more buying power in the long run. So it isn't basically just I'm gonna take all my money and put it right back in another house. You can, but that house and property are probably gonna get bigger and better and be more of an upgrade for you. So those are not always things that are looked at when people are thinking about buying, selling their house and going to get a new piece of property or buying a new house. So I hope that helps clear up a little bit of some of those things that can be a little bit scary when you're thinking about selling your house. If you have gotten anything out of this video, if you enjoyed it and gotten some good content out of it, please like, subscribe. You can also ring that bell so you'll get notified whenever I put out new content that may be of help for you in the future. And if you know anybody that may need my help, again, my information is all down below. Please feel free to contact me at any time. If you have any questions about the content that I've gone over today, please reach out and we can discuss more about your situation. And guys, as always, I'll see you on the road.